Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Intro to Macroeconomics at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 5 and 6 activities that I finished grading this morning. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for chapters 7 and 8. Okay? So the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 5 and 6 activities this morning. Go ahead and look at your grades for those activities as soon as you can and read the corresponding grading comments and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Most of you did very well on the chapters 5 and 6 activities, so I was very pleased overall. Most of you are putting the time and effort in, so I appreciate that, so keep up the good work on that. Now, just a couple things that I did notice, though, that I do want to go over on the assignment. On assignment question 3, a few of you didn't give examples of each type of economic indicator. Some of you explained each of the 3 types of economic indicators, but it also asked you, in addition to doing that, also to give an example of each one, and some of you didn't do that, so I had to count a few points off for that. So always make sure that you're carefully reading through the questions on the assignments and thoroughly answering each part of each question. All right. On assignment question 4, some of you listed, but you didn't explain the components of aggregate expenditure. All right. Just to refresh your memory, aggregate expenditure components are consumption, investment, government spending, and net exports, which are basically exports minus imports. And some of you listed those, but you didn't actually explain each one. So I wanted you to go through and actually define each one of those, because it is important to understand what we mean by consumption, what we mean by investment, and so forth. So just kind of, again, always make sure that you're carefully reading through each part of each question and that you're fully answering each part of each question, okay? Like I said, overall, most of you did well on the assignment. The discussion that we had regarding the CPI, specifically its importance, and then also how difficult it is to measure accurately, I thought that discussion went very well. It allowed you to kind of take one of the main concepts that we were learning from chapters 5 and 6, which is inflation and how to measure inflation through the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, and some of the particular things that are challenges in calculating the CPI accurately, and the benefits that we derive from it. All right, so like I said, I really appreciate everyone's participation on the discussion. I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments. So keep up the good work on the discussions. On the chapters 5 and 6 test, most of you did well on that. But just as a reminder, you can take those chapter tests as many times as you want to up until the due date. Your highest grade is automatically recorded on those. And also, I will be opening those chapter tests later in the semester to help you prepare for the midterm and final exams. And believe it or not, it's not really that far. It's not that long before we'll have our midterm exam. It's just really a few weeks away. So just kind of be thinking about that. All right. So like I said, just let me know if you have questions about chapters 5 and 6. All right. So that brings us to what we've got coming up due next. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on week 5 of the semester, kind of towards the back end of that week, week 5. And we don't have anything else due this week, but we do have work due late next week. So you've got a good amount of time to be working on chapters 7 and 8 activities. Those are due by Saturday, February 24th. So you've got just a little bit over a week to be working on those. But get started on those as soon as you can, because they will take some time to complete. Okay. Chapter 7, by the way, deals with one of the main topics in macroeconomics, which is unemployment. It also deals with another important topic in macroeconomics, which is inflation. So we're going to be talking about unemployment and inflation. And these are critically important macroeconomic topics since those are really two of the main goals of the U.S. economy. Remember, we want to manage inflation as much as possible, keep prices stable, and we want full employment. We want to make sure we don't have a large number of unemployed people in the U.S. So those are the two concepts that are very closely tied to the way that the goals of the U.S. economy and the way the federal government manages through the fiscal and monetary policies manages those two things, unemployment and inflation. All right, and then Chapter 8 deals with productivity and growth. So in Chapter 8, we're going to look at the production possibilities frontier in much more detail. We already talked about the production possibilities frontier in an early chapter. I believe it was Chapter 2. But in this Chapter 8, we're going to take it a lot further and look at exactly what is going on the production possibilities frontier. And when we look at a PPF graph, some of the things that we can derive from that, some of the things that we can, some of the information that we can get from that in macroeconomics. Okay, so we'll also in Chapter 8 look at the factors that impact economic productivity and growth, and then the methods that we use to measure economic productivity and growth. Okay, so that's Chapter 7 and 8. So be working on those chapters. Again, you have the assignment, test, and discussion all due by Saturday, February 24th. Make sure you're using all your available learning resources. Of course, you have the textbook. You have the videos that I've linked on the on the assignment page in Miles Archive. And then you also have the PowerPoint slides that I've linked on the assignment page. All right? So make use of all those resources. And if you have questions as you're working on those, just let me know. And like I said, I'll be glad to help you in any way I can. That's all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. And I will talk to you again. Probably won't be next week. It'll probably be early the week after. Okay? So I'll see you then. Thank you.